What's up, YouTube? I am back today with another freaking video. But before I get into this video, make sure that you hit that like button and hit that subscribe button and hit that notification bell so you won't miss any of my videos. And comment down below if you like this video, or if you have any questions, or if you want me to do more story time. But so basically, today I'm gonna be telling you guys how it is living with my dad and how it's been for the past year. Cause today is January the 20th. Can't recall. Okay. It's January the 20th. Anyways, so it's January 20th, and today makes a whole year since I've been with my dad. I really just got into it. But anyways, like I was saying, today makes a whole year since I've been staying with my dad. Okay, so I'm just gonna I'm starting by this. So, okay, everybody should know that my dad was in jail. He was in jail for like 4 years, and I was staying with my mom. And before my dad went to jail, like my mom and dad are married, and so like before they went to jail, we was all like a happy family or whatever. But you know, like when he was in jail, like a lot of things happened and stuff, and like I just knew, like I always wanted my family to be together all the time. Like I always wanted to have a happy family and grow up to be like a kid that still has their parents together. But over time, it's things that was happening and stuff, and I just knew like my parents is not gonna get back together and none of that. So you know, it was like at times it was like kind of like depressing, and like I used to think about it, and I just used to want us to be together. I used to want all of us to be together as a family. But you know, they start talking about divorce and all this stuff, so I kind of just accepted it. But I told my dad when he was still in jail, I was like, Daddy, I'm gonna come stay with you when you get out of jail. And like I really meant that. Like, and the whole time my dad was in jail, my mom was just like, okay, I don't care, bye. But then when my daddy got out of jail, she was like, nah, you ain't going to stay with your daddy and all this stuff. You stand down here. If you want to see him, you can move closer and all this kind of stuff like that. So basically, I'm not going to speak on everything, but it was a lot of stuff going on at home. And like, I just didn't want to be in the environment no more. And like, I just feel like I've been dealing with it for too long, like way too long. So one day something happened, conflict happened or whatever, and I just made up my mind like, I'm tired, I'm done dealing with this. So I got me, and my mom had left, and so my sister and my brother was there, but they was in the room with the door closed. So I had put some different clothes on, and then she had took my phone, so like you can't call nobody nothing like that. But anyways, I just changed my clothes and I left. And it was like 6 o'clock in the afternoon, so it was getting dark. But like my great grandma, she stayed down the street. But like walking, it gonna take you like an hour or two to get there. But she stayed down the street. Like where I'm from, it's like a little city, but it's like we got an Air Force base there, and she stayed close to the Air Force base. And like it's just like, okay, I'm gonna explain to y'all. So I'm gonna explain to y'all the way that I went. When I left the house, I was kind of scared because I ain't want my mom to see me leaving. I ain't want her to do nothing crazy or anything like that. So I was scared the whole time. But before I left, I had prayed and I asked God to protect me and just watch over me as I get there and let me get there safely. And I walked there, and everybody know me. I don't like walking. I don't like running. I don't like none of that. Like, that's just not me. But I did. I walked all the way there from my house. It took me like 2 hours. Yeah, it took me like 2 hours, but I was walking fast. It was cold, and it started raining, so it was crazy. But I made it there. But like, okay, so the way I took it's like, okay, I was at my house, and then I went down my street, and then I turned, and it's just this long dark road with a whole bunch of trees and stuff like that. And so I went down there, and cars was passing me and stuff like that. And it really wasn't like no sidewalk for me to walk on. It wasn't no sidewalk for me to walk on, because like it was just like a long street. It had some little dirt on the sides, because at parts it was like houses or something like that. But like I went all the way down the long dark road, and then that's when it started raining, so it was even colder. So I'm like, I gotta hurry up. So then I came to the stoplight, and at the stoplight I could go this way or go this way, and my great grandma stayed this way. So I went this way, and it's like a firework place down there, and then if you keep going down the street, and then you turn this way, and then it's another light, and then you keep going on down the street, and it's the middle school. And that's all I went to school at the time, but that's the middle school. And then I just kept going on down that road, and that is a really long dark road. And then so I finally got to her street, and then I had to go this way. And if anybody know, I never ever want to go down that road by myself. I don't care if I'm in a car or none of that. Like, that road is so scary. I grew up out there, but still, ain't nobody finna walk down that dark road by themselves at nighttime. Ain't nobody finna walk down that road at nighttime by themselves. Like, it's dark. It ain't no street lights. It ain't no street lights. It's, I mean, like, at least when I was walking down the other dark road, it was people porch lights on. It was cars passing by, but when we stay out there, why would somebody be coming out there? I mean, like, only my family stay down there on that road. But anyways, I walked down there, and then like it was this dude stopped, and he was like, "Do I need a ride?" And then I just kept walking. He was like, "I know who you is and stuff like that. You my dad. I'm your daddy friend and stuff. Your daddy named Joe and all this stuff." But I ain't never saying nothing back to him. I just kept walking. Cause like, no, all the stuff going on in the world, I don't care if you is my daddy friend. I'm not getting in the car with you. I don't know you. I mean, like, maybe if it was one of his close friends that I really, really just know and I've been around, but honey, I don't even know you. I'm not getting in the car with you. Sorry, no. But I just kept on walking down there. And then I got to my grand house, and she wasn't there. But right across the street is my grandlady house. And so grandlady wasn't there either at the time, but her grandkids was there. They had just got there too. So I had went over there, and then my cousin Tyrone, he was there. And he was like, "Hey, the car," and stuff like that, and give me a hug and all that kind of stuff. And then I just started crying. And then he asked me what was wrong and all this stuff. And then I was telling him, and then I was just like, "Can I use your phone to call my dad?" And I called out, and he was like, "Yeah." So I had called my dad, but he didn't answer the phone. I guess his phone was dead or whatever. So I kept calling him still, but I ain't know Samantha number, so they had looked up on Facebook and kept calling her. They ain't answer at first, but they finally answered. And so I just told my daddy what happened or whatever. I don't really remember what he said, but I know eventually he came to get me. So the whole time I was just with my cousins and stuff. And then they had told me that my sister had posted something on Facebook talking about I was missing and all this stuff. And so, like, at this point I was scared, and every time somebody came to the door, we was all paranoid. I mean, like, it's common sense where I would have went to, but I guess if they even came to look for me, they went to my grandparents' house, which is where I was gonna go at first, and I wasn't there because grand wasn't there when I got there. But my grandlady, when she finally got back home, I had talked to her and her daughter. I was talking to them, and I was telling them what was going on or whatever. And then she was like that I was brave or whatever because, like I said, ain't nobody about to go down that dark road by themselves. It don't matter. Either way, it don't matter which way I would have came. If I would have went the other way or if I would have went the way I went. Ain't nobody finna go down there at nighttime, no. But she was like, I was brave and all this kind of stuff. And she was just like, I'm going to have to go back to my mama and stuff like that. And I was just like, no, I'm not going back over there and stuff. So, anyways, I had left because she was like, well, her daughter Alicia was like, I could go with them if I wanted to. So I had left and I went to her house with Christina and them. And so I had got to her house over there. It was cool. It was straight. And then that day it was Deshawn's birthday. And that what really made me think about it's been a year because like it was when I was there last year, it was Deshawn's birthday. And we had went out to eat or whatever. And it was like cake. We had some cake pops. We had some for his birthday. He had cake pops. I don't know if y'all ever had them before. I ain't never had them before, but I ate them then, and it was so good. But anyways, that's what made me remember that. But eventually, my dad's sister came and got me. Okay, so when she came and got me, it was her and it was both of my dad's sisters, and they was mad. And they was ready to fight my mom and everything. But my dad's, I believe that's his youngest sister. But I think that's his youngest sister. So she was real mad and stuff. And so my other auntie, she went to go get my phone from my mom's house and stuff like that. So she went to go get my phone, and she left my other auntie there because she just crazy. But she went over there, she got my phone or whatever, and okay, so she came over there while I was at. Before she went to go get my phone, she came over there while I was at, and she was telling me stuff about what she went through and stuff when she was little and stuff like that, and was telling me it was gonna be okay and all that kind of stuff. And then she told me she was gonna come get my phone, and so that was before, cause Deshawn was finna go out to eat for his birthday or whatever, and so she was just like, you can go out to eat with them and stuff like that. And she gave me some money or whatever, and she was like, she gonna come and get me later. So I went out to eat with them and stuff, and then like it was crazy because I seen my mom's brother's girlfriend. So I seen her, and it was crazy. But she ain't seen me, but it was crazy. But like after that, I had left and I went with my dad's sister. I left and went with them, and I just stayed at her house. I stayed at her house until it was time for her to go to work, and then I went to his other sister's house, and I stayed at her house until the other auntie got out of work. And then when she got out of work, I had went back with my other auntie, and then I stayed at her house or whatever. And then like a whole bunch of stuff had happened and stuff. A whole bunch of stuff happened, but I ain't gonna speak on it. But eventually my dad came and got me, like really, really fast. And but before that, I was really just thinking about like, this happened on like I want to say a Friday night or a Saturday night, cause we ended up cause I never went back to school, and I was always thinking like, am I gonna go back to school? And I had asked her one time if I could go back to school. She was like, yeah. And she was trying to give me some clothes from my mom's house and stuff like that. And it didn't ever work out like that. But I'm glad it didn't, because something that happened before where something like this happened, and I was gonna leave and go up here and stay with my grandma again, but it didn't happen because I went to school and she came and checked me out. And it's a whole nother story. But yeah, that happened. And then my dad came and got me. It was my dad, Samantha, and my papa. And so I went back to Ohio with them, and on the way there, my dad had gave me a necklace. It had my name on it, and I loved it. And I never took it off. And when I finally took it off, I lost it, and I lost it. Now I don't have it. I don't know what I did with it, but I had got here. My grandma was glad to see me and stuff. She was crying and all that kind of stuff. But when I got here, it was just a whole bunch of mess, like with my mom and stuff. And then, but I never talked to my mom. Like, I didn't talk to my mom. Like, I didn't talk to her for, like, I want to say 3 or 4 months. Let me see. January, February, March, April, May. I didn't talk to my mom until, like, around the beginning of May. Because in May, I'm going to get to that part. But when I first got here, it was cool. Like, it was straight. And I remember the summer before this happened, I had came up here with my dad, and my brothers and sisters came up here too. And like, we had fun this summer. And I remember sitting in the car with my dad one day. It was just me and him, and I was like, I want to know what it feel like to be the only child. And so I guess I got my wish. But like, I guess I got the feeling of how it is being the only child. So like, I'm still the only child here, but I mean, like, it's straight. I mean, when any person that's not the only kid think about being the only kid, they think it's gonna be fun because you're gonna get what you want and all that kind of stuff. And when I first got here, that was true, because you know, my dad was working and all that kind of stuff like that, and I was spoiled, like, for when I first got here. But then he would stop working and stuff, and a lot of that stuff changed. But I mean, I could say, like, being the only child is fun when it comes to, like, getting what you want and stuff like that. But other than that, I mean, like, you gonna want somebody to be here with you. You gonna want somebody to be around. You gonna want somebody to talk to. You gonna want somebody to play with that's not like grown. You want somebody like your age or another kid or something here with you. That's the only thing I can say, like, being here. I just miss my brother and my sister, because, like, I'm used to being around them all the time. I'm not used to just being by myself, you know what I'm saying? And so, like, I miss them, but, like, over time, I just got used to it, you know? I still talk to my sister on a daily basis. I talk to my brother sometimes, you know? And just, like, over time, like, after, like, 3 whole months not talking to my mom, it was crazy. Because I just thought after that, I was like, I'm not going to ever talk to my mom again. I actually said this to myself. I was like, I'm not going to ever talk to her again. I don't want to talk to her no more. Like, I don't care about her relationship with her, none of it. And that's just how I felt. But, you know, it was crazy. Not talking to her, and it hurt not talking to her. But at the same time, trying to make it seem like I didn't care, but I really did care. But the only reason why I talked to them, I ended up talking to her, was the first time I ended up talking to her was because down there where I stayed at, it was a tornado had came through there. And so the night of the tornado, like, before the tornado came, like, I knew it was a tornado watch or whatever. So before it came, it did hit them, but, like, before the tornado even came, they was in a car at the gas station. It was raining real hard or whatever. I was on the phone with my sister, and so I ended up speaking to my mom or whatever. I was so scared. But if I could find a video, I'll put it in here for y'all. And she was on the phone with somebody else who was still talking to me too. But it was so crazy. But, like, after that, like, our relationship slowly got back together. And then, like, in the month of May, it was graduation. So my brother was in pre-K, so he was graduating to kindergarten, and I wanted to go down there anyways because my best friend was graduating in 8th grade, going to high school, and it was crazy too with her too because like I had like I met her when I think I was in the 5th grade, and she always tried to teach me how to dance and stuff. And if you know me, I can't dance for nothing in the world, and she always tried to teach me how to dance, and I still couldn't dance, but that was like my best friend. I was with her every single day. Like I could tell her anything, she could tell me anything. Like it was really like she was really like another sister to me, and it was crazy because I left her and stuff. And like if I could find some screenshots or anything like that, some pictures of us and stuff, I'll show y'all. But like we always talked about, like we always said we was gonna go to high school together and stuff like that, and it just never happened. You know, it was crazy. But you know, we don't really talk now. But you know, I mean, like you could expect it. In May, it was graduation week, and so my best friend and my brother graduated on the same day, so it was kind of weird, you know, like day of graduation. Okay, so first we went to my best friend graduation. I went there, I gave her some balloons or whatever, and she was happy to see me. But after that, we had her niece is in pre-K too, and they go to the same school, so we had went there, and like when we got there, it was crazy because like I ain't seen my mama in a long time, and like I never knew how my mom and dad would react being with each other, because it's like I said, it's a lot of stuff happened between them. I'm not gonna talk about it though, but there's a lot of stuff happened between them. They straight now, I guess, but there's a lot of stuff that happened between them, and so you never know how it was gonna be. You never knew how it was going to be like when they was together. So anyways, I'm just telling y'all what I remember, okay? I know it's a lot of stuff happened, but I don't remember a lot of it. But anyways, we got to his graduation, and like my mom was late, and her boyfriend came too, but they was late, and they sat all the way in the back. We was sitting at the front, and so but they still seen him when he came in, so they all came in the line or whatever, and when they called their name, they just walked down the aisle or whatever. It was cute. I'll show y'all that too, and I'll show y'all some pictures of us. But yeah. We went to graduation that day, and my mom and dad was fighting over, because you know when you go to graduation, you get a hat and this little yellow string thingy, and I think they get his gown, and whatever else you get at graduation. But they was fighting over who was gonna get that and stuff like that, and so my dad just let her have it. And then she gave him this thing that was like he graduated and stuff, and it had a Capri Sun and chips in it. But he ended up eating it. But yeah. And Ty wanted to see him. Ty, I'm sure y'all know who he is, but Ty wanted to see my brother because he haven't seen him or talked to him in a very long time. And they used to talk all the time on the phone. But my mom, Ty and my mom never just had a relationship, and we always felt like, I don't know how my mom feels, but we always just felt like she didn't like him. So we didn't more conflict or whatever. But he came into school, so I came into school, and then he was finna speak to my brother, but he seen my mama and got scared, so he just left. But yeah, that was graduation. But then like summertime came, a whole bunch of other stuff happened. My sister tried to leave and stuff. It was crazy. I'm not gonna speak on it though. I'm just telling y'all about how it was, how it is now when we stay with my dad. But it's straight, you know. And then my sisters came down here for the summertime. My other sisters came down here for the summertime. It was fun. You know what I'm saying? It was fun. Yeah, and then August came around, and then they had went back, and school started in August down here too. And I was getting I was getting homeschooled the whole time when I first came down here with my dad. I was getting homeschooled, and then I was like, I don't want to be homeschooled no more, because like I said, I want to be around other kids. So that's really why I went to school, but because I ain't know nobody down here, and I wanted to know people, so I went to school. And like, oh, I got a wedgie. I didn't even say it, but it's August. So August came. August was a hectic month. August was a hectic month. Okay, so at the beginning of August, when we finally took my sisters and them back, we went back down there to Mississippi, where I'm from. Went back to my hometown, whatever. And we went back down there because it was court. We had court. And I don't really know if it was divorce court or it was just custody court. And so when we got the court or whatever, my mom didn't speak to me. So I was like, hey mom. And she was like, she waved at me. And then she kept on walking into the court building. She was walking so fast. But anyways, so I was in there like before we even went on, it was like a mother and a husband. Well, man, I said that wrong. A mother and a father. I guess they used to be married, and they got like 3 kids together too, and they got 2 girls and a boy. They're just like my parents do. And so I was just in there listening to their story. It was crazy. It was something about like the dude stayed in California and she stayed down here, and he used to stay down here, but now he stay in California or whatever. And like so I guess basically she won't let him see his kids and stuff like that. She won't let him see his kids, and I believe it was hit. I guess he get the kid. He's supposed to have the kids in the summertime and breaks and stuff like that. And so she let him get their son for the summertime. And I guess she had was texting his son the whole time he was there and stuff, and telling him to come back home and all that kind of stuff. And she had like sent him a plane ticket, his son a plane ticket, and they kids like 17, 18 years old. But I guess she sent him like a plane ticket or whatever, and he got on the plane and went back home. It was crazy. But anyways, it finally came for us, our time to be there. We was there all day, late before it was even time for us to go on. And like it was crazy because my mom was sitting on the other side of the court, and me and my dad was sitting on the other side of the court. And then like when it was finally their time to come on, I wanted to stay in there, but I couldn't. Like I was in there when they was saying that they won't lie and stuff like that. And I guess they put their arm on their chest on the flag and swear on the flag. I don't know. They did something like that. But I was in there when they both did that. But then I had my headphones in when I was in the court. And I guess you're not supposed to have your headphones in there. No, that ain't what happened. That was the second time we went to court. What happened was they had just started talking. And I guess the kids got brought up. And then, so the kids got brought up. And then like, when the kids got brought up, I guess the I guess like my dad or one of them had said something that made it seem like I was in there. So she asked was I in there, and they was like yeah, and they asked how old I was, and they told them, and then she was like no, I can't be in here. So the security that's in there, he made me get up, and I had to go sit in this dark room and wait on him the whole time. And then I think we went to court another day, the second day, and I was sitting in there and I had my headphones in, and she was like, I gotta get out because I had my headphones in. And then, okay, I got out or whatever. And then, I don't know what happened in the courtroom, but it was crazy because, I don't know, we went to court 2 or 3 times or once or twice. But anyways, one time they came out of court, we was supposed to be going to lunch. I guess it was just a lunch break or whatever. So, I came out of there. I don't really know who I came out of there with or how that happened, but we all 3 of us ended up in the hallway. My mom, my dad, and me. And my mom was at the water fountain, and my dad was mad. Like when he came out of there, he was mad, and like so he was talking to my mom and stuff, saying stuff to her and stuff, and then she gave me a hug. And then she wouldn't let me go, and she was crying and stuff like that. And she wouldn't let me go. She was just crying and crying and stuff. And she told me she loved me. And she told me she'll always be here for me and stuff like that. I think that's what she told me. But she was just crying and she wouldn't let me go. And then my dad was getting madder, and he was saying a whole bunch of stuff. And then they just started arguing. And then mama, I don't know who did what. It was either my dad told my mom he was gonna knock her over the balcony, or either it was my mama that told him that she was gonna knock him over the balcony. It was one of them. But they ended up arguing or whatever. And then my daddy got a cup of water and threw it on her, and I was just like, oh my god. Cause they count. Okay, so at first I guess they walked out there with their lawyers. I don't know, cause their lawyers was there too. So when they walked out of there with their lawyers, their lawyers had left, and we just stayed in there. But anyways, when he threw the cup of water on her, my mom had got real mad. She was finna hit him, but she had, like, I guess she just got herself together and she just walked off. And it was just crazy. And she had just sped off or whatever. And then, but basically, I had to go. Boy, when we came back, I believe that's when it happened. When I had to go in the room with their counselors. Dang, this video long. But I had to go in the room with their counselors. I don't know why I'm saying counselors. I mean lawyers. I had to go in the room with their lawyers and the judge. And it was like, oh my god. That's the worst ever, having to be in there, because you never know what's going to happen. And then, so, I had to go down this long hallway and then go in the room. And then it was crazy because I didn't want to feel like I was, like, I didn't want to feel like I was taking my dad's side, or if I was taking my mom's side, or nothing like that. Because, like, I came down the hallway, and my mom was standing in the hallway, and she gave me a hug and stuff. And she was standing in the hallway from where the door is, so I'm like, she can hear me and stuff like that. So I got in there, and I sat down, and asked me what my name was or whatever, and I told them. And then they just asked me a whole bunch of questions and stuff, and it was like that I could tell them and stuff, and I'm not being recorded, nobody listening and stuff. But in the back of my head, I'm thinking like, my mom is in the hallway, like, what the freak. But I told them what happened or whatever, so I believe they was in court because of custody. And so whatever I told them, it made them like think that I should be with my mom. I mean, that I should be with my dad. And it was like, I'm old enough to choose where I want to go. And they were just asking me reasons why I don't want to be with my mom, reasons why I want to be with my dad, and stuff like that. And it was really trying to, like, feel like they was trying to manipulate me. And they was trying to make me say bad things about like, they was saying bad things about my dad, saying stuff like he been in jail and stuff. Don't I think he gonna do the same thing again? And I was just saying that he changed and stuff. Like, they was making me mad in there. Like, I was just ready to go. And I was like, no, he changed and stuff like that, because he really did. Like, I seen it a lot. changing my dad this time when he got out of jail, and he's like not the same person he used to be. So I so but anyways, basically I end up going back with my mama. I mean, no, I ended up going back with my dad. I went back home with my dad, and then after that I started school. You know what, I'm gonna do a part 2 in this video. So if you enjoyed this video, make sure that you subscribe to my channel. Make sure you hit that thumbs up and comment down below if you want more story times like this, and hit that notification bell because I'm going to be uploading a part 2 and I'm sure you don't want to miss it. So yeah, just stay tuned and I'm gonna come back with y'all soon with a part 2 video of this video. But if you enjoyed this video, like I said, comment down below and tell me that you want more story times like this, or tell me what kind of story time y'all want, and hit that like button and hit the subscribe button and the notification bell, and I'll be back with you guys in another video. But until then,
hey hey